Welcome to another day on the farm. Now, it is due to rain. We got the crops harvested, what we could at least, but I did say I didn't want to seed directly into the withered crops. So, while I remember, plant growth was already on slow, withering is now off, but we'll put plant growth back to normal. And we'll save the whole game just to make sure everything's sorted. So we need to cultivate these two fields. That one we can direct drill, that was already cultivated. So what I need to do now is get around the field. You can see we've got this really nice cultivator, more of a roller, but it will cultivate the field. This has been leased. I will just show you it in the shop. So amazingly, it's 80 horsepower requirement for 6.6 meter width. So this is going to make really short work of our cultivating. We don't plan on cultivating much because we usually use the direct drill, which is why I've only leased this. There's no point buying it. But without further ado, I will get in here and I will get going. Oh, I'm going backwards. And as you can see, that is ripping through the field very nicely. Doesn't matter if we miss small patches because, yeah, our seeder is a direct drill. Now, there is also something else that we're going to do today. I was trying to decide exactly what we should do with the money we have at the moment, whether we should pay off the loan, buy pigs, which I worked out we could actually buy some pigs, but it was relying on the silage that's been sold, that we have available, even, on selling that. Now, that's a little bit dangerous, because we're relying on money that we don't have. Price at the moment, for example, is not that great for silage. So what I've decided to do is to buy a new tractor. That way we can get rid of the one we have at the moment on lease. The one I found does have narrow tyres, I think. It's a Fendt. I think the Fendt was the one I decided I'd go with. If it has narrow tyres, we could change to just have that tractor, and we could get rid of this tractor and get some money back. If it doesn't have narrow tyres, we're going to be keeping this tractor just for the purposes of, well, just for the purposes of spraying, because we don't want to be spraying with wide tyres. That would be pretty pointless. But I'll have to double check that when I buy it. I think there was a narrow tyre option. So it's a horsepower increase over this. It's a horsepower increase over our leased Ford, and we can return the Ford, which I think is a good idea. Let's stop paying these leasing costs and just pay for the upkeep of the vehicle. Because at least we own the vehicle. We don't have to, we're not paying and maintaining and cleaning someone else's vehicle. Not that I've been doing any cleaning at all of the machinery so far. But I think that's the way to go. We could have just paid off some of the loan, but that's just boring. Paying off some of the loan will make it a bit easier when we change map. But we're not changing map anytime soon, so we've got plenty of time to make money. And I may still come back to the pigs. The only reason I was thinking pigs more than anything else is just because of the price of the land to put the pigs on. Normally, I would look at the sheep. That would be my preference. But in this case, I think the price of the land with the sheep on was quite expensive, which means the pigs were the best option. The other option we had was something I rarely do, whether it's playing on my own offline, playing online on multiplayer, or in series, which is field flipping. Field flipping is unrealistic, which is why I don't tend to do it, but it is a very good way of making money very quickly. So, there is always that. But having looked at the price of the fields and which fields were ready, even if I modified the XML file to give us a bigger loan, we still would be struggling to make money. And I also don't really want to be taking out more loan. That seems kind of pointless. So instead, expanding the farm I think is a good idea. We are not going to plant grass back yet, because originally I said I'd put grass into field 45, but then I said if we were doing corn for pigs, then I wouldn't. Now that we're not doing pigs, I'm still not going to put grass back in there just yet, because we don't need silage at the moment. We have some, and the price is rubbish. So I think the best option is actually to use the field for arable purposes, and then once we've made a little bit of money back, we can turn it back into grass then. Once we've actually sold the crops, sold the straw, sold all the silage that we have, we'll be in a much better position. And then we could pay some of the loan off to help with the next series, which I don't know where it's going to be. My original plan was to do 30-ish episodes on this map, on this series, and then move. But yeah, I haven't decided yet. There are no plans to move in 2019, but we will move at some point. So for now I think we've got plenty of time to make money, and we don't need to be worrying about doing it all now. I am very, very impressed with this machine. If we were cultivating more often, I would buy it, because it's only 15,000 euros, and that's not really much. Well, it's 15,000 whatever currency you're in. For me, that's euros, because we're in Ireland. And no, I will not do an Irish accent. I almost did one then, and thought better of it. Oh, here we go. Here comes the rain. So this is a good time to be cultivating. We're just turning the soils. Well, no, that's ploughing. We're cultivating. Ploughing is turning the soil. But it's not a big deal to have a bit of rain while we're doing that. I'm not worried. However, seeding in the rain is not going to be a good idea. We need to be waiting. So, we might have to think of something else to do for the rest of this episode. Maybe there's some cultivating that someone else needs doing, maybe. We've got this cultivator leased. I'm not sure how long we've had it, but not very long. And annoyingly, I left the engine running on the Ford while I was looking at the cultivators and looking at the different options for tractors, and that meant that the Ford, sorry about the terrible view there with the trees, the Ford hit 7 hours of engine time, so we paid a lease cost. I do not want to return the Ford while it's on 7.0, because we can use it all the way up to 7.9 without paying again. So it kind of seems stupid to not use it. So although we are going to buy a new tractor, we will not be buying a new tractor just yet, not until we've finished with the Ford, because otherwise we're just paying upkeep costs for no reason. May as well wait. Like I said, this is a brilliant cultivator. This was from Mod Hub. I don't know who it was made by, but hats off to you, whoever you are. I'm not sure if you'd usually use this after ploughing rather than directly cultivating, but it works. It's doing the job we wanted to do. It's doing very well. I think, as I've got nothing more to say right now, I will finish this off, and then we'll have a look at what contracts are available. So, see you in a sec. Okay, 4:30. The weather is awful. Absolutely awful. The field is done though, and if I just have a quick check, how many hours did we put on that? Almost nothing, I expect. 0.3. Okay. Well, let's have a look at missions. We've got a harvesting mission and a transport mission. Okay, well, in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this just for the night, and then tomorrow, if there's no cultivating jobs, I will return it. I think the daily fee, just have a quick check, keep pressing the wrong option. Daily fee was 150, yeah, that's fine. And that will be us done for the night for now. There is nothing else to do. We can't seed in this weather. So, yeah, not much point. Oh, but one thing I will say. I need to check how much we put in last time. I know it wasn't much at all. But this pit has a bug. I don't know what it is, but the second set that I put in here, I saved the game, I came back, it's still there. This time, I saved it properly, I quit, I came back, and it's gone again. So we are owed 15,962 euros. That's based on the average price, which I will pop up in the corner of the screen in a moment, and I'll also pop up the calculation. But that's based on the missing chaff, the chaff that we put in here, and it went. That I will just add in through the XML file. It'll give us a little bit extra money, which is good. Oh, and while we're waiting, I may as well show you the lovely tractor I was thinking of buying. So it is in here. This 615 LSA. So I'm going to go with the short air filter option, just to help with visibility. Wheel setup, let's have a look. Wide, standard. Okay. So we are going to have to keep the other tractor, but that's fine. Engine setup, I'm going to go for the chipped version, which gives 210 horsepower. That is still not enough to pull our seeder. However, if we go back and look at seeders, so we currently have this lovely thing here, which does seeding and fertilizing, requires 270 horsepower, which is a lot. What that is 9 meters. This is 6, requires 180, but it won't fertilize. I personally don't think that's a big deal. So what I think we could do is sell our seeder and buy a seeder which is different. We do have other options, it's true. I haven't really looked at the modded seeders to see what's available. These are all very, very expensive. That is cheap. That is very cheap. But that's only 3 meters, whereas this here is 6. I think 6 would be better. And our seeder, how much can we sell our seeder for? About 45,000. Oh, okay. And that will cost 76. So we need a bit more money before we can do that, because the tractor is going to cost $62,000. So we'll only have 6,000 spare once we bought that. Does have, however, this is very good news, it has a front attachment, and it's 210. And if we check, our mowers require 230. We can put both on. The tractor will struggle, but it will do it. So we can finally mow grass easily. Brilliant news, I know. So, nothing more to do today. We'll just go to sleep. I will skip through the night and see you in the morning, ready to do some seeding or cultivating. Let's see. So, see you in a sec. Right, it is morning, and I have some really good news. As you can see, we are heading over here to our silage pit. The reason being, just check, there we go, 401. That is the maximum price you can have for silage when the economy is on normal. So I am going to slow the time down. I know it seems like cheating, but I really, really, really want to make as much money as possible from this silage, because obviously the price will start dropping as soon as we start selling. So we do need to do a good job with the selling. I think we can turn the lights off now. Don't need them really. So let's get this turned on. Let's start hoovering some silage. And we'll get this all sold as soon as possible. Probably end up doing more than one trip, but that's fine. If we do more than one trip, I'll probably just time-lapse it so that you don't see me filling up all the time. Well, you'll see me filling up, but you know, it won't be as slow. Right, that's full. Nicely done. We're getting through this pit. How much do we have left? 93,000. So, out we come. Of course, the barn is the place we need to go to. But I do also need to look and see if we have a biogas plant on this map. Because if we do, that could help us with selling. Because a biogas plant would, for one thing, give us digestate, which we could use on the field. But it would also mean we have two places with that we can sell the silage. So let's have a look. There's the biogas plant. We can buy it for 159,000. Okay. Well, we know where we're going. We're going to Bales. I will head over there. And, yeah, we'll probably do this as a time-lapse. So, see you in a few minutes once we've made some good money. Right, this is load number 3. I don't want to spend the remainder of this episode just doing time lapses of me selling silage. However, I think this is the right time to stop anyway. What I'm going to do is, while this price holds, I'm going to sell everything. And that will be it for today. So in the next episode, we will probably be changing the tractor. We will have an empty silage pit, and we'll be doing some seeding. As the pit is empty, or will be, I think we should put this back to grass. I think it'd be a very good idea to put it back to grass. But anyway, for now, I will continue with this off screen. Thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.